Sora, Donald, and Goofy are back for their third adventure in Kingdom Hearts 2. So, did they add any new stuff this time around?
Yeah, lots of stuff.
Got it memorized?
But you don't start off as Sora, you start off as a new character, Roxas, who will take you through the tutorial mode. Yeah, he's just a teen, enjoying his last few days of summer with his friends, doing activities, but a lot of strange things keep happening every single day.
Again?
What's Roxas' connection to all this? Well, you have to play the game to find out. I'm not going to spoil it for you here. But don't worry, you will be playing as Sora again, and your first objective is to go find Master Disney spelled backwards to find the plot.
Now then. At times, if someone with a strong heart and will, be they evil or good, becomes a heartless, the empty shell they leave behind begins to act with a will of its own. An empty vessel whose heart has been stolen away. A spirit that goes on even as its body fades from existence. For you see, no bodies do not truly exist at all. Still, they are nothing but empty shells destined to return to darkness. But the beings you see before you now are different. These powerful nobodies have formed a group called Organization 13. It commands the lesser nobodies. While heartless act on instinct, nobodies function in a higher manner. They can think and plan, and it seems they are working towards a goal. What that goal is, we do not know. The king sensed the danger and journeyed forth to fight it. He found the Dark Realm's Keyblade and with it closed the door. Now he's traveling from world to world, fighting the Heartless as he seeks the answer to the riddle of the Nobodies and Organization 13.
Got it memorized?
Within Kingdom Hearts 2, you'll be going through many of the old worlds that you visited in Kingdom Hearts. Not all of them, but many of them. And by many of them, I mean more of the new classic Disney movies. That's what all of these levels seem to be based off of. We don't really see any of the old classic Disney movies. Hopefully, they'll be in the next Kingdom Hearts game. And in some cases, you'll see references to a franchise they only wish they could get their hands on. Been training on Dagobah, eh, Mickey?
Use the Force, Sora! Use the Force!
What?
Oh, that's just too obvious. In fact, even the way the Keyblade comes out is reminiscent of a lightsaber. The Pirates of the Caribbean level, to me that just felt like plain advertisement, though I gotta give a special nod to the Timeless River stage for nostalgia.
Who are you? You new around here?
The presentation is also a lot better. During the cutscenes and even in the in-game graphics, characters move with a lot more animation. They look a lot less stiff, have a lot more facial details, the music is also better, and while the cutscenes look good, you can finally skip them. Yes! The Gummi ship is a much faster-paced and more action-oriented version than what it was in the previous game. Though it still pales in comparison to other games like Star Fox, it's a lot better than what it was. The camera system this time can be mapped to the second analog control stick, giving you a much better camera position, and the combat is a lot more heavy focus centered with a lot of special attacks that you can learn at the beginning and in other areas, such as using the reaction command on the triangle button to perform special attacks. And you'll be able to perform limit commands, which allow you to pull off devastating attacks with your partners, as long as your magic power is full. Boom! You'll also be able to combine your powers with your partners in the drive form. Doing this will allow you to level up with some new abilities as long as you level up within these set drive forms. You'll also be able to pull off many powerful attacks. But be warned, as sometimes you'll encounter Anti-Sora. Don't let his cool look and extremely fast attacks fool you. He's the weakest form. And you can't heal, use items, or learn any new abilities, so pray you don't encounter him during the boss fights.
Got it memorized?
It makes a lot of necessary improvements from the first game, but unfortunately it comes up with some new errors, such as the landscape feels completely barren. You just go from point A to point B, some places you can't even explore yet, and there are no puzzles or anything else to solve to keep you occupied. The reaction command in the boss mode is, not very well done, as you can just keep pressing the triangle button all the way through these little cinematic sequences without any real sense of timing at all. You can just keep pressing it and you'll clear it without any problems. In fact, even in the later parts of the game, you'll still have the same problem where all you'll have to do is just keep pressing the triangle button. Resident Evil 4, you are not. Heck, even the part where you have to fight off 1,000 Heartless is easily accomplished by pushing the X and triangle button. To me, this part is nothing more than a cheap excuse to get you to level up. Using heal now takes up all of your magic power, but that doesn't really seem like a problem because everything else seems completely useless, including the new defense. Some bosses can be a little cheesy, such as this guy who can actually corner you and just keep slashing you until you're dead. Some of these bosses, you'll be given a choice if you die. Say I won't give up and you'll be playing as King Mickey himself. When you play as Mickey, you can either fight the boss yourself, or you can restore the energy back to Sora before you run out of energy. The more you store, the more Sora gets. Nice touch. While it does fix a couple of problems from the first Kingdom Hearts games, the new level design doesn't really intrigue me that much. And the only thing that breaks up the repetition are these minigames, with this one being the worst. Though I do love the new and improved camera angles, the new combat system, the plot twist,
Did you forget the action look like, Your Majesty?
Of course I do, and this is him. I'm positive.
and the humor as well. A 4 out of 5. It's a good game with some design flaws.
Got it memorized?